Let's do Chapter 3, Problem 8, where we're going to calculate the percentile rank for some specific scores. Now, this is a continuation of the previous problems that we've been looking at, where we have scores that illustrate that are ranking the cover letters for how good they are for about 88 different candidates. What we want to do is we want to get the percentile rank for some specific scores. But in fact, since Excel is doing all the calculations, let's get the percentile rank for all of the scores. Now, the first thing we need to do is we need to copy the data into this worksheet. So I'm going to go back to problem 3.7. I'm going to copy the entire column. I'm going to click on G. That highlights the whole column. I'm going to do Control Copy. Now I'm going to go back to tab 3.8. I'm going to highlight Copy G here, so that highlights the entire column, and I'm going to do Control V to paste the scores in there. So now I have the data copied. Now I've gone over to H2, and I'm going to add another column called percentile rank. And I press Enter, and that expands the table. Now we're going to use a very specific Excel command, rank.exe exclusive, not counting the cell that we're currently working on. So we're going to do equals percent rank exclusive. So I'll click on that, and it starts the open parentheses for me. And now we've got to put the array in exactly. We can't just put the table variables. We need to start specifically with G3. So this is all the data that we're going to take in consideration. And I'm going to go down. I'm going to do Shift down arrow. Whoops, it didn't like that. Let me go back over here. Oh, it's wanted to change that to the whole variable. Let's delete that. Let's do G3, and can I drag this down? No, doesn't want me to do that. Okay, G3 dot, let's go to G3 dot dot. Let's see how far we're supposed to go down. I've still got the conditional formatting on. To G90 is the bottom one on the list. So it's going to be from G3 to G90. Now, we don't want this to change when it recalculates the percentile for each one. We want this array, G30 to G3 to G90, to always be the same. So I'm going to go and put the dollar signs in front to freeze them. So that freezes everything, so it doesn't change when it calculates something for a new cell. And so that's the array. Now I'm going to do comma, and we're going to calculate the percentile for G3 in this first cell. And now it turns out that so for every other cell in the table, it will adjust the G3 to the G4 to the G5 and so on. And now we can close this off. We don't need the number of significant figures. I press Enter, and it gives me a little option here. See that little square? It didn't calculate everything for the table. It says, do you want me to override all cells in this column with this formula? And I'll say yes. And there it goes and calculates a percentile rank for all of the scores, except they're in fractions, decimals. So let's change this. I highlighted all of column H, and I'm going to go up to the number under home. You go to number, I'm going to put percentage, and there it calculated the percentile rank for each one of the scores. So 89 is the 88th percent, 79 is the 64th percentile, etc. So that's how we can calculate the percentile rank for each score that we have using the percentrank.exe function.